Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Professor Loki, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating you the new Loki build for 4.5 and above. So before anyone say, oh my god, it's a new Loki build, so that means that means that builds are changed, right? Well, not necessarily. The actual items are being changed, it's the build order that's being changed. So my old building ways is usually in this specific order. In that order. Now, these two can be switched depending on which game mode you play. So, for instance, for Conquest, it would be Rangna's Mask first and then Boots. But I'll tell you about the Conquest starters in a little bit later. So, instead of that build order, I'm going to instead build this specifically. So you either get Rangna's Mask or Warrior Tabby's first, doesn't matter depending on the game mode, like I said. Then you get Hydra's Lament, and after that you want to get Heartseeker, and after that Titan's Bane, and the last item you're going to get on your build is Yon's Wrath. Now let me explain this build for a bit to demonstrate you why I have it in this specific order. So the reason why I'm building Heartseeker, because Hydra's Lament is always going to be second item, right? But the reason why I got Heartseeker instead of Yon's Wrath is because Heartseeker is cheaper than Yon's Wrath. I mean, it's only by 50 gold, yes. But the thing is, though, Heartseeker provides, first of all, 10 penetration, which Yon's Wrath also provides. So they can both cancel each other out. But Heartseeker only provides 25 power, whereas 40, so 15 less. But the thing is, though, Heartseeker provides movement speed, which Yon's Wrath doesn't. It provides 150 mana. Now, if you have Hydra's Lament, I don't see the point of this 150 mana. So, it's just, Yon's Wrath is a very bad item, if you think about it, because the only reason why you want to get it is for the 20% cooldown. But you don't need it anymore since, or you don't need it early on because you have Rangna's Mask. Rangna's Mask provides you with 10% cooldown, 15 pen, and 10% movement speed once fully stacked. So 5 kills or 10 assists. Okay, thank you, game. And you also got to consider the fact that Heartseeker has a burst passive, which allows you to clear your enemies faster. So this is a reason why I get this. It just provides more utility over raw power. And like I said before, I prefer to build Loki utility based because if you guys don't know, Loki already deals enough damage to kill someone instantly, so you don't need to overdo the power. Like right now, my build only has 175 power. That is the only power. You don't need 300. You don't need it. This is all you need. So that is why I get Heartseeker third item. It is really good. Try it out. See if you like it. You'll move faster. You'll have 20% movement speed. Keep in mind, do not forget Rangna's Mask. Do not put this in the shadow. This thing is always right next to you. Assuming you get full stacks, you will have 20% movement speed and 20% cooldown, because Hydra's gives you 10%, Rangna's Mask gives you 10%, I can't talk today, I'm sorry, and that gives you a total of 20% cooldown, which is good. Like around 10 minutes, that is good. That is great. You don't need full cooldown. You can argue saying that, oh, 40% cooldown, you can spam more abilities. Yes, but you're dealing less damage at a specific point in time. So with Heartseeker, you would deal more damage at a specific given moment at an enemy than Yon's Wrath, for instance, with 40% cooldown. What are you going to do? Just attack someone, back off, and be like, I'm just going to wait for my cooldowns to come back online, because totally the enemy is just going to totally stay with 50% HP. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Heartseeker and burst the hell out of that guy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to do like 75 to 100% of his health. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so after that, I'm going to get Titan's Bane. Now, you might be saying, why don't you just get Yon's Wrath? Okay, so if Heartseeker is great and all, okay, but why not Yon's Wrath afterwards? Because Yon's Wrath is garbage. The only reason why you want to get this is for the 20% cooldown reduction. But again, I'm telling you, you don't need to rush the cooldown. Instead, Titan's Bane gives you that necessary pen. You already get 25 penetration from 15 from Rangna's Mask and 10 from Heartseeker. You get 25 flat penetration. Now it says, wait, what? Oh, that's right. Rangna's Mask is not evolved yet. I don't have any stacks Rangna's Mask. My bad. So after Heartseeker, you want to get Titan's Bane. Now you may be saying, okay, I get it. Heartseeker is better to rush first. It's cheaper. It provides more damage and utility than Yone's Wrath. Okay. But why not get Yone's Wrath afterwards? Because it again is cheaper than Yone's Wrath, right? So you're getting your build faster, and Titan's Bane deals more damage than Yone's Wrath because it's 33% physical penetration. It's just beautiful. Like, Titan's Bane is very strong. Enemies who have more than 70 physical protections, you will deal more damage towards, and I know that most hunters and mages will not have that, except for Raijin at level 20. But the thing is, it's still an overall good item to handle those tanks or warriors that keeps getting your way. Or, you know, because, you know, every assassin in this game builds tank now. Like, you know, you see Thor, he doesn't get shifter shield. You see hunters, they generally build shifter shields too. I don't know why, it's not good, but hey, they do it anyway. But guess what? Here's a little fun fact. You know how Ragna's Mask gives you 15 pen? Guess how much protection shifter shields give you? 15. So, Ragna's Mask early on completely just removes those magical protection. Doesn't matter, but that 15 crosses over 15, boom, that's erased. So literally, shifter shields only works if you're below 50% health. That's when you get 35 more protections. That's just a little fun fact for you. So I get Titan's Bane because it's cheaper and its penetration. It's still not worth getting Yone's Wrath, because the only reason why you're getting Yone's Wrath is for the cooldown reduction, because it's 20% is huge. That's like 2 items worth, right? So it's just huge. But you don't need it again. I've never needed it, as long as you're smart, because you can't play Loki to spam, because then you're not playing Loki efficiently. The keyword is efficiently. Late game, yeah, you kind of need it, because in late games, people can one-shot you, so you kind of always need to have your stealth up in around 4 seconds cooldown, or 5, you need that up always. So after Titan's Bane, then yes, I get Yone's Wrath. And since it's late game, I can just press 2, clear an entire wave without even, like, literally just closing my eyes, and get that easy farm for me to get Yone's Wrath. Now, this entire build is very cheap. In total, this entire build costs 11,350 gold, and that's it. This is basically one of the cheapest builds. Like, just imagine this. I have many games, right, where people don't realize that Ragna's Mask is not just a starter item. This thing provides too much benefits to be a starter item. This thing provides 3 stats. Movement speed, cooldown, and penetration. That is beautiful. The only thing that this thing lacks is power. But you know what you can do? Pop that thing and boom, you get power. It's like, it doesn't matter. Or get a red buff, for instance. If you play Loki ADC, you're going to get red buff all the time. So it's just, Ragna's Mask is beautiful. So I'm just holding tab and looking at this leaderboard. I'm on my 4th item while people are still finishing their 2nd or their 3rd. I'm always an item ahead of people. And therefore, like, sure, I'm not getting Bloodforge or Deathbringer, but I'm rushing a cheap build that helps me just overpower people based on stats. You don't understand. This entire game is mathematical. If you just have higher numbers than someone, you're most likely going to beat them. It's just, there's no question about it. So this build is very cheap. Now let's compare this build's cost compared to a normal Loki's build cost. Okay, so though, yes, many different Loki builds have different varieties, generally this is like a common Loki build. Obviously not in order, but this is like a common Loki build that people do. And I just did the math, and if my calculation is correct, this build costs 1,900 more gold than my old build. You know why? Because of this. Transcendence. This is why I don't build Trance on Loki anymore. It's too expensive. Takes too long to stack. It's not worth it. And the funny thing is, people still build crit on Loki. So let's just see how much Deathbringer costs. Oh, 3,200. Well, slap that in. So you can be doing this Loki build, right? And you'll be on your 4th item. I'll be already on my 5th, 6th item. So it's like, you see the efficiency, right? My entire build is built for excuse me, my entire build is built for efficiency and utility, not raw damage and expect to get anywhere competitively with Loki. So that's why I think that my build suits the most. Alright, so now let's talk about Conquest build. Now I'm not going to tell you how to build an arena and joust because those game modes are relevant. The primary game mode in Smite is Conquest, so if you are like arena, assault, clash, joust, whatever main, please start playing Conquest, because Conquest is the main game mode of Smite, and we don't need people to play other game modes and ruin matchmaking for us Conquest players. That's just my general opinion. I value Conquest more. The Smite balances the game around Conquest, and therefore I think that everyone should be playing Conquest more than anything else. So I'm going to be telling you a Conquest build only. So what do you generally want to build for Conquest for Loki ADC? Now this is what I generally build. You go into Bluestone or Ranged Mask, it doesn't matter which order. After that, for my relic, now I know Bracer of Undoing is nerfed, and it's kind of useless late game when people buy brawlers and anti-healing, because I literally heal nothing late game. But the thing is, the utility for Bracer to 3 seconds is so good. That's like a 1 second stealth intervals. Like, you use your 1 and you have full cooldown, because this in my build has full cooldown, 40 out of 40. You won't overcap or anything like that. And just having this allows you just to spam, you know, your 3 has a 4-second cooldown. You can literally combo with this active. This active is so full of utility. And plus, no one buys anti-heal early game because no one goes for it early game. It's a late game thing, mid to late. So early on, this thing can save your life. And you see an on her that has 75-second cooldown on his ultimate. Yeah, okay, every time he ults you, you press this, you heal it mostly back. It's just irrelevant, right? This turns the tides of battle. It's a really good 1v1 active. So generally I want to get Bracer of Undoing first, no matter what. Unless they have a Hoonbats or something that's just like so annoying, then yes, I get beads. I still hesitate. I still never get Aegis on Loki. I've never gotten Aegis on Loki for more than a year now, because it's just this item, this pathetic active, is just so body. Like, you can move. This is a get out of a jail free card. I'm not going to rant about Aegis in this episode, but it's like, if I hate it, why should I use it? Now, I'd use it on other gods too, but if you get this active, you're not making yourself any better as a player, because this is a get out of jail. This allows you to position yourself badly. You're in a bad position, you press Aegis, you get out. You never learn anything, because you're like, oh, I'm great and all because I press an active. No. If you're out of position, you deserve to die, and then that teaches you. It's called trial and error. You just learn through your mistakes. So I don't recommend getting Aegis on Loki ever. Anyway, so I will get beads or Bracer first active. Now, late game, whether, for instance, if you choose beads and you're level 12, then get Bracer. Or if not, you can get Sprint, because Sprint's a little bit better, right? And it also gives you the haste and fatalis effect. It also is a supportive item. If not, do not get Sunder. Sunder is garbage. You need to literally spend 500 gold to make this thing relevant. And it's a 160-second cooldown. This active is literally on next to stand with Aegis and beads. That's ridiculous. And don't get any other active. Belt of Frenzy. I like this active. I want to try this active. This active is literally the new Sunder. It's a 120-second cooldown, gives you 10% bonus damage and 15 flat pen if you upgrade it, and it's for 5 seconds and gives you attack speed. Chat, this is a great active. The issue is, it's not good enough compared to other actives, and it's not an ideal active you want to get. If you're a dual main, yes, this is actually a great active. I think you should try it out. But I'm not a dual player, so I'm not here to tell you how to play duels. I hate duels. That game mode's stupid. If you play it for fun, I'm sorry, you're wasting your time. I'm sorry. Anyway, so these are the 2 starter actives I get for a Loki ADC. Now for jungle, I just sell this and get Boom Buzz Mask. And then that I get into a tier 1 boots, 2 health pots, and 2 mana pots. That's exactly how I do it, because these things are both 500 gold. Very cheap. And you can get, it's great. Now for solo, okay, we need to talk. Me and you, we need to talk, right? Solo. Don't ever go Loki solo. Loki solo has never been a good thing. Whoever came up with Loki solo is the dumbest person on... just dumbest person for playing Loki, okay? It doesn't work, okay? Loki solo just doesn't work. You know why? Because solo is a role for tanks. It's not a role for a squishy assassin that doesn't do jack squat but pressing 2 all game. And plus, in this meta, specifically this meta, right? People camp solo lane. And when they see a Loki in the solo lane, guess what they're gonna do? they're gonna kill you. And over and over and over. And so much that in solo lane, I'm forced to build this active on Loki.
Good thinking.
No, it's not good thinking, Loki. Listen, okay? Actually, no, he's smart about that. Good thinking. Yeah, you going Loki solo, you need that Varka Vanguard. Hell yeah, you're gonna be needing that. Now I haven't tested solo as much, so you might try Swift Wing in there, but it's 800, so you can't get both these actives, sadly, or not active starter items. But I don't go solo, please. Okay, this is what I get from a lot of Loki players. But I'm bad. I'm not good at Loki, so I'm gonna play the safe way. You're playing one of the hardest roles for Loki in solo. Like, can people realize? Listen, okay? When I say Loki solo is the hardest, for me, even that should mean something. Loki solo doesn't work. You need to be a tank. You'll get killed. You can't clear at level 1. What do you expect to accomplish? Now, back in Season 3, when Sunder was a thing, and it was beautiful back then, when it gives you 30% was actually too good. The nerf to 25% or to 20 was great. But when it gave you that first starter deals true damage and it's just great, then yes, I will get, what I would usually do is get bluestone boots into Sunder, and I try to kill the warrior. But even that is risky, because what if you fail? Then you're gonna be behind. You're worthless. You're literally, a Loki solo is free low. You know what they do? They're like, it's Loki solo, let me just take his blue buff, because what is he gonna do about it? Exactly. So please don't go solo. Go ADC or go jungle. Those two roles are better for Loki. Now, when I say better, I'm not meaning good. I'm not saying good. Loki in general in Conquest doesn't work. So when I say better, it does not mean good. Anyway, so now you might be thinking, what about Loki mid? You need a mage, bro. That's not going to work. But Freya can go, I can have a Freya ADC. Freya ADC is not a magical character that deals huge AoE damage like Poseidon does, or Ra, or someone who deals AoE damage. Freya is a single target person. A carry. A single target carry. That's what she is. It's like, but it's just, it's not going to work. I have an Ao Kuang jungle. It's okay, I can go Loki mid. No, you need a mage. My mage can go solo. Then we just discussed that mage's solo does not work. But Zhong Kui could work, but the thing is, Zhong Kui is not really a good god right now. And it just doesn't really work in meta. You have to be really good to pull out Zhong Kui. I even see pro players playing Zhong Kui recently, like Variety. This doesn't really work out well for you. I guess, I don't know, Zhong Kui just doesn't look great. Literally a single 2 actives counters that god entirely. Sprint and Shell. Goodbye Zhong Kui. Anyway, so you have 2 roles to pick. ADC or jungle. And if you say support, please, I'm gonna backstab the hell out of you. ADC is my preferred role because you're fighting against... Okay, Loki is a hard carry character. That's how I get through ranks. I carry games. He's just a... If you know what you're doing as Loki, you can just kill anyone you want. Loki's a god who kills people, so he's a hard carry. So I recommend playing ADC. Now the issue with ADC is you don't have a ranged carry. You have a close range carry, Loki, but it's not ranged. But you can work your way around that if you're good enough. Jungle, the thing is about jungle is if you have to put pressure. If you don't put enough pressure, then you'll lose your speed, you'll lose everything, you'll be behind, you'll be garbage. You'll be nothing but a piece of trash, be gum on the sidewalk, that's what you'll be. And people will be stepping on you, be like, what is this on my shoe? Under my shoe. So, I'm belittling the hell out of you guys right now. Because I'm trying to teach you guys how to play correctly. Whenever I see Loki solo, I'm like, what's the point of my job? I'm Professor Loki trying to teach you how to play Loki, and you guys are still going solo with Trance? I think it's great. I don't care what you think. I've done math on it. I've done tests countless of times. I am currently I am diamond in Conquest right now with the MMR of Masters by playing Loki only. So please listen to me when I say Trance does not work on Loki. Okay? I'm being a little harsh now because I'm trying to teach you guys something. And crit and attack speeds, please stop. Fatalis, haste. Oh, Hasting Katana has power now. It's great on Loki. Didn't we just discuss how power doesn't mean anything if you have people have protections? Okay? You can build 400 power. I can build 1 breastplate. You're gonna tickle me. Alright? So, anyway, guys. that's gonna be about it for this Loki guide. I teach you guys how to properly build Loki. Now, if you don't enjoy Ragna's Mask is for those who knows how to kill people. If you're gonna press 2 all game, you'll never get Ragna's Mask stacked. So don't get Ragna's Mask if you're not going to be a aggressive Loki player. You're literally, if you're gonna be pressing 2 all game, you're saying goodbye to Loki's early game to mid game potential, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you're just removing early game potential, all right? And because, you know, you don't want to feed. If you don't know how to play aggressive, then play safe. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying don't press 2 all game. I'm just saying I'm just stating facts. If you're gonna max your 2 all game, you're ruining Loki's early to mid game potential. Because if you guys don't know, Loki's 1 is 3. Loki's 1 deals hell of a lot of damage. It's 3 in total. It deals 360 plus 100% of your physical power. That's like as much as Hark's 1, right? Except his 1 is like 80% of your physical power, something like that. Anyway, that's something about it, guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please post it down below, and I will see you all Loki and non-Loki players next time.